for the sky, Teddy Bomber.
But look at his face, Andy.
Faces are too unreliable to count on nowadays.
Ah, shit. Told you that was Teddy Bomber, you idiot!
Cowboy Funk, an episode where Spike Spiegel meets his alter ego, a literal space cowboy who's also a bit of a moron by the name of Andy. This is Session 22, Episode 22, Cowboy Funk. And this episode just defines fun. We get everything that we love in the Bebop universe. Shootouts, explosions, and a bounty. This time, Cowboy's looking for a bounty called the Teddy Bomber. Well, he finds him at the very beginning of the episode. And outside of Mushroom Samba, which I think is the funniest episode, this might be the second funniest. I love the interaction between Spike and Andy. Spike finds this Teddy Bomber, and he has him. He has him dead to rights right at the beginning of the episode. And what ensues is his alter ego, Andy, screwing it up for him. The Teddy Bomber seems to be a play on the Unabomber, wanting to tell everyone about his manifesto, why he's doing these bombings, and about how the world is so corrupt and capitalism is crushing the working class. And the funny part is, while they're playing off bombing suspects, thinking they're gods, thinking that they're changing the world when they're just killing people, because Spike keeps getting interrupted by Andy, this Unabomber, Teddy Bomber, never gets to actually say his philosophy till the end. So when Spike first meets this bomber, who puts bombs in teddy bears, and also dresses up like a teddy bear later, Andy then mistakes, because he's an idiot, Spike for the bounty, since they're going after the same bounty, this Teddy Bomber, and starts lassoing Spike and trying to capture him while letting the Teddy Bomber go away. This happens another time when Spike goes to get this bounty, and he's literally dressed up as a teddy. This is so obvious that this is the suspect. He's being a moron, talking about how his horse is good at playing chess, and he gets away again. And then they meet for a third time. This is Cowboy Bebop poking fun at it itself. It ends every episode by saying, "See you, Space Cowboy." Man with No Name series is a huge influence on this series, and we get a standoff at the end. And every time that Andy comes into the picture riding a horse with his cowboy hat, they play their version of the theme song from The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. And through this whole time, Spike just doesn't want to admit that this guy Andy is similar to him. They have a similar aesthetic, they're both daredevils. Andy's actually richer than Spike. There's a part where Faye goes to visit Andy and is impressed that he actually has money and is able to buy her nice gifts and give her nice food. And then they cut to Spike, who's eating canned food that looks super moldy. So there's so many good parodies and funny parts of this episode. Andy seems to be a privileged, rich kid who wants to live out his cowboy dreams, but just isn't good at it at all. Spike is actually good at catching bounties, but ends up getting screwed over time and time again, ends up causing too much damage and having to repair that, so they never really have that much food or money. Something I wish they would have changed a bit towards the end of the series. It would be nice to see them actually start to get some money, start to do some repairs, but that's just kind of the ongoing gag of the Cowboy Bebop universe. They'll catch a bounty, turn him in, and realize instead of 30 million Wulongs, he's 1 million Wulong. It has a great ending as well. I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. There's definitely better episodes, but this one is, as I said at the beginning, it's just fun. It's parodying 1,000 things at once. This character, Andy, I wish was in more episodes. And they do a thing at the end, where after Spike defeats Andy, the Teddy Bomber actually gets caught by Faye. Since Spike and Andy are too busy fighting each other, they let the Teddy Bomber go away. They do this for a few dollars more, shootout, and Spike gets the best of Andy. Andy decides to give up his cowboy LARPing outfit and turn into, what, a space samurai. Yeah, this is a guy who just gloms onto anything to make himself feel important. He turns into a space samurai, and even as they're doing the introduction of the next episode, which is going to be Brain Scratch, which takes on cults, Andy does the intro to the next episode. It sounds like this.
Everyone catch me in action this past episode?
Hey, wait a minute.
Now about the next episode.
Why are you doing the preview?
Once again, I, Andy, will be the man in action.
You had your turn already.
Now that I've become a space samurai,
I will slice up the cowboys one by one.
I said you're not coming back.
Next time on Cowboy Bebop, Andy's Counterattack.
That's not the right title.
So Cowboy Funk is dumb fun. Something like Episode 5, Ballad of Fallen Angels, is a dark, gothic, emotional roller coaster that almost has you crying towards the end. And this one is just a fun ride all the way through. There's not anything I would change about this episode, but considering the heights that this series can reach, it doesn't hit the emotional heights, and I still think Mushroom Samba is a bit funnier when they're tripping on mushrooms. Also, at the end, we finally get the Teddy Bomber, and I'm glad they decided to do this, because he finally says his philosophy after he gets caught, and he's saying this to a cop. And he talks about how he's doing this, and gives this world salad about the world being decrepit and capitalism crushing everyone, and how there's no philosophy anymore, and how people need to suffer. It's the type of nonsense you would get if you read the Unabomber Manifesto. It's like, okay, so what could I do to not have you bomb places? I have to fix capitalism and make sure there's more green energy and make sure that philosophy is introduced. Like, this is not a philosophy anyone could ever solve to satisfy this guy, which is why it's kind of funny. It's so highfalutin. It's so out there that you go, no, okay, I guess you're just going to have to go to jail because you want something to be accomplished that's impossible. Apparently the character Cowboy Andy is a homage to the character Nobody, played by Terrence Hill in the film My Name is Nobody. I never would have got that reference. The Teddy Bomber is Ted Kaczynski. Yeah, I got one. That was pretty obvious. When he starts doing his final speech about his anti-capitalism views, and now everything needs to be destroyed. And Spike, for some reason, tells him to call him Wyatt Earp. So check out this episode, and also check out our playlist for the other series that we've covered: Black Mirror, Mystery Science Theater 3000, Pet Shop of Horrors, Are You Afraid of the Dark, Tales from the Dark Side, Black Mirror. Thanks a lot. Next up is Brain Scratch that takes on cults like Heaven's Gate and is a more serious episode.